I'm the modern therapist JD, and you're listening to another episode of a Modern Man podcast presented to you by the Modern Podcast Network and the Modern HQ. Welcome back to the pod. Hope you're having a great mid-April day as we're getting through the year. Springtime is upon us. And that gets right into what I want to discuss for this week's pod. It's going to be a shorter pod, just getting some content out there, letting you know what's on the mind, what the modern therapist JD is up to. But with springtime in mind, springtime coming, everyone loves springtime. Majority of people either love fall or love spring. Spring brings new beginnings, it brings new thoughts, it brings new comings. It's usually in the birthing season, usually the birth child. We have a new species, a new baby, a new child, I'm thinking of the animals, heifers and cows and deers, fawns. It's when new hatchings are upon us. Spring. We love new. We love the flowers. We love the sun coming out. Winter is over. But in all this new and all this gorgeous and all this beauty and all the new and shiny and glorious, spontaneous things that are upon us because of springtime, we are also still riddled with the end of winter. So with that, I'm seeing myself, I'm seeing clients, I'm seeing friends, family. Lots of people feel very ungrounded right now. Feel not quite, comfortable in their own skin, not quite sure of direction, a little bit lack and all over the place, like just sputtered. And you would think with springtime, with new beginnings, with new things happening, we should be excited. We should be in love. We should be more feeling comfortable in ourselves. We should more be ingrained in this is what I'm doing. I'm on the right path. I'm making the right decisions. Not ungrounded, not out of control, not spinning, not out of the cycle. No. The thing that had me thinking about why I was feeling this, why a lot of clients are feeling this, is because springtime, we have so much hope. And sometimes with hope brings expectations. But with all this hope, with all these expectations of new weather, of new beginnings, of new birth, of all the new that we want to experience, like I just said, we forgot we were still in winter. Winter's not far behind us. So she's right there. So with all the sunny days, with all the times I'm wearing shorts, winter's right behind us with jeans and multiple layers. And just as springtime is sprouting new flowers and tulips everywhere and beautiful greenery, there's rainy days. And then it'll be sunny in the morning and then rainy at night. So now I'm wearing a coat. So the things that are making me feel ungrounded, and I hope this relates to other people. One big thing for me was I did hurt myself. I might have mentioned it on the podcast about a month ago playing basketball and realized how much this not playing basketball has rippled into the ungrounded I'm feeling into these other areas of my life. But back to, if it's rainy one day, sunny, 80 degrees one day, and then back to 40 degrees the next, in my wardrobe, I'm putting 3-4 different types of clothes in those same 3 to 4 days. So I feel very ungrounded because I don't know what to wear. I don't have these expectations. I don't know what to prepare for. And the same thing, our bodies are cyclical with the diet. You're eating way more soups in the wintertime. You're eating more heavier things, but you're maybe eating lighter in the morning to pack on heavier throughout the evening so it can help you sleep. So you're balancing this out. Like, yes, you're eating heavy in potatoes, heavy in this in the evening, but maybe you're cutting back here. In summertime, you might eat a nice hefty breakfast and then eat light throughout the day because it's nice and sunny. You want a little healthier things to burn calories throughout the day as you're constantly sweating and burning off those calories. So your body is ingesting different foods and is constantly fluctuating to the weather. And then you're trying to put on different clothes and then you're not knowing what to do, where to do, how to do it. So yes, springtime is bringing all these new beginnings. But like we said, winter's right there. So it's bringing this ungrounded, it's bringing this inconsistency until we're fully in spring into summer and knowing what weather we're going to get, what it's going to be like on a daily basis. Well, how do we know our body's going to feel? How do we know we're constantly reacting, like our bodies are reacting to the weather, to these changes, because they're so spontaneous. And yes, we love springtime. Yes, we love all the beauty and the happiness and the smiling and the joy. It's like a Cinderella. We're all dancing through the streets. But at the same time, it's ungrounding. Very much so. And I said, I felt ungrounded, not only getting hurt and not being able to play basketball, which even if it's once a week, that consistently feeling how much that grounds me throughout the rest of the week. But then with all this ungrounding, I canceled my trip. I had this big trip because I was accomplishing a lot of professional goals I had planned in mind. So I was like, let's do a quick trip to DR. It works. That's why I got, the unlimited flights. But didn't want to go alone, was trying to go with people. And all the things didn't add up. And then you couldn't get a flight to DR for like most of April through Frontier. It's all blacked out. All the flights are sold. So that's going to make me feel ungrounded. I'm looking forward to this thing for weeks. I'm planning this thing to just have this release, to just let go. And then that gets shaken up. That gets thrown out the window. So all these things in springtime are making me feel ungrounded. And then I can see why my friends, family, client, why all these other people are feeling ungrounded. I get it. The diet's ungrounded. You're all over the place. And my response to that, okay. Because I think just like sometimes in the state of life when you're growing, if you're in grad school or law school or medical school, or in those first couple of years of that career, it's gonna kind of suck. Not to be a contrarian, not to try and, be the pessimistic here, but it's gonna suck. No one said getting a higher degree, it's gonna be easy breezy, beautiful, cover girl. No, you're gonna be sitting in it. And like right now, we're sitting in the shit. I think cyclical springtime, we have to understand, unless we have the chance to be snowbirds, unless we get to pick and choose, if you're in a seasonal location, especially a place like Chicago, springtime is when you're just going to have to sit in the shit and maybe get up some boundaries, get up some other coping skills ready to understand that, all right, we're dealing with the shit, to maybe make you feel a little bit more grounded. But if yesterday it was 80 degrees and today is 34 and a rainstorm, and tomorrow it's snowing and the next day it's 75 and sunny, yeah, that's going to make anyone feel ungrounded. So give yourself some grace. I'm giving myself some grace that we're just in the shit. But then once you have that awareness that this is what we're in, that's why I've been feeling this way, these are the things that have been making me feel this way. Now you have that awareness. You can take a step back for a couple weeks. You're going to feel ungrounded. You're going to feel a little, ooh, okay, all right. And then you have to take control of it. Notice why haven't I been picking up more stuff around the house? Why haven't I been cleaning more, cooking more, these things? Why have I been ordering them out more? Of course, putting up a mirror, these are things I've been doing. Why I haven't been grounded in the things that I want to do and what I'm trying to do? Haven't been consistent in helping achieve the goals that I want to. I was okay. I sat in the shit. I'm aware of it. Now I'm taking control of it. So excited for this week to take control of it. This is the week I was supposed to be upcoming going on my vacation. Having that awareness, knowing what is happening. And again, I'm about to sit in it. I'm taking control of it. I have another trip planned, almost about a month away. So a good thing for me right now honing in is, all right, let me take a step back. Let me take control of all these things that I said that have been kind of chaotic all over the place. And let me focus on those for a couple weeks. Because I have a trip coming. I'm going to go see some friends and family back in Texas. And let me take control of it and see if that helps ground me a little bit. If not, it's okay. I just have to sit in the shit. And with that, last week, as I said, I was feeling ungrounded. I was trying to have this awareness of why I'm ungrounded, what is going on. I wanted to reflect. I'm not sure if I mentioned all 10 goals. I'm not going to go through them in this podcast. Maybe at the end of the year. I went very distinctively and went through 10 things I would like to achieve this year. It just so happened to be 10. I believe I was maybe at about 9 and kind of rounded up, get another goal to have a nice round number. But these are 10 things that I think I want to work on to make JD a better person so I can help live the life I want to live in 2026 and beyond. So if I'm accomplishing these things in this year, it's helping me make me feel like I'm on the right path. I'm grounded in who I am. And I'm on the path to be the man I want to be in 2027. So that's where these goals were in line. And like I said, I'm not going to go through them now. I might at the end of the year. But when I was feeling ungrounded this past week, my goal was to check and reflect on these goals kind of every month. I didn't quite do that. Just life happens. But I felt really ungrounded. So I said, let me take this time. Let me take this moment in between sessions and really reflect on these goals I had. And I was going through, reading them all, looking through them all. And it honestly instantly helped ground me. Because as I was flipping through, I'm like, okay, we're a little over a quarter throughout the year. I haven't been consistently focusing on these goals. I have been in other ways, but I haven't been like paying attention to this document, constantly reinforcing with just my actions by paying attention to this document. I have not been doing that. And what I notice is 6 of the 10 goals I've either accomplished or I am on a consistent path to accomplishing. And that felt amazing for me. Yes, 60%, but 6 out of 10 things. Because if I have 10 things, I need to do 10 things to really be on the right path to the man I am. And I'm doing 6 of those without even really having conscious, intentional behavior around it. That makes me feel good because that makes me feel like I am unconsciously moving to being the man that I want to be. And if you're unconsciously doing that, we're the thing when people experience cognitive dissonance is when the conscious and the unconscious aren't really aligned. So this is making me feel like, all right, we're on 60% of alignment, of like concrete alignment. And then I noticed 2 of the goals, I was on the right path. I could definitely use some nudging, but 2 of those 10 goals, I was definitely still making changes, making behaviors to accomplish those. Those are ones that are kind of long-ended throughout the end of the year goals, but I'm very much on the way. So if I give myself almost a 7, give me half of that, that feels like, again, that cognitive, I'm 70% my unconscious and my conscious kind of being congruent with one another. So that felt good. And then I looked and I was like, okay, 2 of these goals, I wasn't really making proactive behavior actions to achieve these goals. And I could point blank look myself in the mirror and see that is why I put on the end of the goals list to have a monthly check-in, reflect on these goals lists, because that is who I want to be. I do want to make strides towards those 2 goals, but I wasn't doing anything in my daily life to really do that. So knowing that, having that awareness now makes me want to now go back to those weekly check-ins. It's a little over, like we said, a quarter of the year. And now I'm seeing that, all right, I'm accomplishing these without even having some intentional behavior. So let me lean into that intentional behavior and really lean into these goals. Just focus on these goals. And that, not 180, help me feel grounded, but it's helping me take the steps. This weekend has been better. I did some things that, again, helped me feel a little more grounded, and I'm ready to take on this week, really take on, honestly, the end of this month and into the beginning of next month before the next trip. So I hope as I'm sharing with all of you that I love spring. I think we all love spring. We love what spring means. We love what spring gives us. The end of something and the beginning of something else. But I also want to let you know that it's okay if this new beginning, if this exciting time makes you feel a little bit ungrounded. And I want you to check in with yourself, same thing as I checked in with myself, and kind of bring that unconscious awareness to the surface of what's been making you feel a bit ungrounded, and how can you take control of that? How can you grab onto it and maybe just look at it for a little bit and be like, okay, all right, I see you. I'm gonna let you do your thing, but I'm here too. I'm gonna try and take control of it. And if I can't take control of it, I'm gonna sit in the shit. Because that's what springtime is. Springtime is about sitting in the shit and then just pushing through. And then before you know it, we'll be ingrained deep in spring with them summer and spring flashes. And I guarantee you'll start feeling more grounded. As long as you're constantly checking in with yourself and having the awareness and making sure, again, the conscious and the unconscious are aligned, you'll get there. You'll get there. Just sit in the shit a little bit. So this goes into my critical thinking for this week. For the critical thinking segment, I want you to think of what area of your life has kind of been feeling ungrounded. Has it been work? Has it been the relationships? Has it been your diet? Maybe just movement. Yeah. What's in your life gets you feeling ungrounded? And I just want you to do an awareness check-in and just say, hey, what's up? I see you. I see you. Okay? I told you we're going to have a shorter podcast today. I just wanted to share with you something about springtime that the modern therapist has been percolating with and brewing. So, again, thank you for tuning in wherever you may be listening, watching, or just peeking in or having some awareness. This is a Modern Man podcast presented to you by the Modern Podcast Network and the Modern HQ. I am the Modern Therapist, JD, and hope you have a great day.